Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maddie, and I don't have a niche, I have opinions. If you're new here, I like to make content based on writing, PC gaming, as well as have open conversations surrounding those things. So, happy Blacktober and happy Blacktober Day 13. The Blacktober theme for today is fantasy. Now, since Unfriendly Black Music is considered a sci-fi fantasy, I decided that today's assignment is going to be a chapter outline. So, as you can see on my screen, I have a chapter outline up on the screen. So this outline was created by a writing page on Instagram called Writing Puffin, and she has amazing like character sheets, and I've actually used a couple of them before. Actually, it's my favorite writing page, and if you go to the link in the bio, which I'm going to link her page down below, you have access to these character sheets. Like the chapter outline, like I'm using is actually my favorite one. The character sheet, OC opinions, OC past, and OC relationship. So I've actually used the character sheet. It's very detailed. Kind of similar to the character questionnaire you've seen me use before, but it has more things like how would your character react to meeting their celebrity idol or slow walkers in front of them? Like very more specific things. So it's kind of similar to that one character questionnaire. And this was actually good too. So maybe someday, I actually do a stream or video dedicated to using her character sheet. Just it's probably not gonna be related to unfriendly black nieces though. Or maybe it still can. I don't know. Who knows? So now the way this feeds into Blacktober is obviously, well, I'm choosing to do the prologue, to outline the prologue. Now, how this relates to Blacktober is, of course, there are black characters in this prologue. Now, since I'm only going to be focused on the black characters, it's not going to be a lot for the video, but I mean, they still do enough, but ADHD. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So anyway, I have black characters here. Now remember, while I'm using the sheet, I'm gonna be removing these lines because the sheet was made perfectly for printable for printing purposes, like for those who like to write longhand and shorthand and stuff. Well, I used this longhand before, so I use it for that, and this would be like the first time I would actually do it shorthand on the computer, and then it'll also give me space like add pictures for visual purposes, as well as maybe write a snippet. So I'm actually gonna start with the characters because like I said, because of the characters, it does help feed into like what's gonna I mean, who's involved in? I mean, Blacktober. Okay, and I'm actually trying to I'm actually trying to zoom in so you can see on the screen. So first, I'm gonna put up a picture of like the characters in there. Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna put their face claims in as well. So these are like for the characters that are in here, and I'm gonna talk about them briefly. So there's Mercedes Williams. There's Mercedes Williams. Her powers. This takes place in the 90s, by the way. Her powers are. She's like Catwoman. That's the best way I can put it. Okay. And then of course there's Lauren Williams. Now for those of you who have been watching the stream knows that Lauren Williams was a student in the 90s as well as a student again in like the 2020ish era because the main setting of this story takes place in 2020. Uh, no corona. While this takes place in like the 90s, like the late 90s. And so that's why the women kind of look like they're different ages. So there's like an old picture of Monique, like back when she played a teenager. So I'm using this for like a visual aid. And then of course there's Ryan Destiny who still looks like she could pass for a teenager. Here's Lori Harvey. Now I don't have any like older pictures of Lori Harvey, but the character I created for her was give me one second. Nicole Brooks. Okay. Okay. So Nicole Brooks, and she's a okay. In my notes, I have that her nickname is Chameleon, which I need to put that. That is not how Chameleon. That's gonna correct it. There we go. Okay. And she's one of these characters I don't talk about much. So the most I can say about her is her powers are more of a yeah. So her powers are more she's an adaptive. So okay. So I'm gonna put I have a list of her powers out, but this one that kind of sticks out more because of the class she teaches. Because she's a student in the 90s, but in the later times she's a teacher to the Sun faction, which is called the Adaptives, and they create like suits for suits for students for their protection, as well as like for people who are in the secret agent program. And so the one that sticks out the most is it's called fashionability manifestation, and abilities. She gains the abilities of whatever clothes she's wearing. So if she's wearing something like, if she's wearing something to kind of, I'm actually looking it up because I cannot. Okay, so uh, this is where I got the information from. So okay, it basically means that whoever has this ability just gains certain abilities based on what they wear. Yeah. So if she's wearing something like this example say, if wearing a like a cooking apron, they may gain culinary intuition. So just basically put her anything and she kind of adapts to what the outfit is, which is honestly really good. And I'm also kind of have like a little smirk on my face because I'm thinking about something kind of inappropriate, but it's kind of in reference to her relationship with another teacher, her romantic relationship with another teacher there at the school. And I've actually briefly talked about it on the last video. But yeah, there's a little romance that she gets involved in. And then last but not least, another character, Nora King. Now if you been paying attention to these streams, if you've been paying attention to these streams, you kind of see in the outline, if you're reading my outline, you'll see it's labeled a lot. King Hall, King Hall, King Hall. So long story short, King Hall is named after her. There's a reason for that, but I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it unless you watch some of the other videos and pay close attention to my outline. Okay, and I'm actually looking for hers. Okay, so she's an electrokinetic, so she can create, shape, and manipulate electricity. It also comes that is electrical telekinesis and electrokinetic flight, and electroblast. Okay, so and she's also has accelerated healing, expert combatant, master acrobat, enhanced strength and stamina. And she does have a weapon. It's called the Vanquisher, which is a large hammer, um, mixed with grenade launcher. Now, the faction I put her in was the Wrenchers because she has her because the weapon she has, she actually created herself. Now, the faction I put her, yeah, faction I put her in is the Wrenchers. However, they kind of gonna try to convince her that she should join their team, which goes into where I have them. So the setting is an academy, and I'm actually gotta pull up my calculator real quick because I need to get the year. It's in the 90s, but I need the exact year. Okay, so it's 1996. Okay. And so I'm actually as another one research topic, so I actually have a couple of research topics I want to look up, and it's in reference to about who three characters who appear, three other characters who appear in this prologue, but it's like two who I don't kind of know what their powers are just yet. So I'm actually going to be looking that up right now. Well, I'm not like doing the actual research, but so on the last stream, well, either last video or the last stream, I talked about how one of the things I wanted to do was kind of start using, like, go using some of the ADHD. So I actually want to start like looking up some of the limitations that their powers can't really do, and then kind of create another character who can actually like limit them for just to make it interesting. And I'm actually kind of strange. I feel kind of strange. I didn't think of that before, but that's kind of fun. I'm actually still looking. Okay. So one of the research top found one of the research topics to look into. So research topics one is telepathic immunity. And it's because I'm making another list too, as well as more of a task like create a character to rival Lori, who is telepathic. And then I need another character to rival one of the other girls. Well, no, not a character. I mean like powers. So I found one and I'm looking up another one. Okay. And electrical immunity, create character to rival Nora. Okay, so that takes. So I have the setting, the research topic, the research topics, and the characters. Now I'm gonna scroll back up to summary to kind of, yeah, to kind of put in my mindset what I'm thinking of. So far, I said it takes place in the 90s. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Talking about the. Excuse me. Yeah. We'll talk about the tournament. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead. I have a little bit of time. So, one thing I want to do is I'm going to make a note right here that how Nora gets convinced to join their team since the team for the Richards didn't want her. Okay. Didn't want her because she's a girl. Okay, so that's about it. And I saw just a little bit more time. No, I actually, no, I have a minute. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to add in just one more picture of, and I don't even have, hold on. So I'm going to add one more picture that I created of like the other group of women who are in this scene. Okay, and these are the officials from the 90s. Even though like a couple of these have like early 2000s aesthetics in them. So that's something I actually recognize like for the aesthetics. Which honestly, while I actually looked at some early 2000 movies, um, and it kind of gave me the aesthetic of what I was looking for in early 2000 movies. Because I pitched this idea as like X-Men meets Mean Girls, which ironically both of those came out in the early 2000s. But I'm trying to make it more modern. Okay. But that's all the time I have for this worksheet. I really enjoyed doing it. And I'm actually probably gonna expound on it more today. More today. Print it out and actually expound more on it today along among other things that I'm working on. So thank you all who watched this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I have the link to the Unfriendly Black Mutants WIP trailer down below. And yeah, and I have the links to my Ko-fi and my Patreon down below where I will be posting snippets and other information regarding Unfriendly Black Mutants soon. Try to take it one try to take it one day at a time. Okay. And what else? Oh, remember to follow me on everything. My the links to my Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Wattpad are in the about section on my channel page. Okay, and that is all. So have a good day, night, morning, or wherever you are in this time stream. And that is all. Goodbye.